You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You can't handle the truth!
Well, we're giving you the Michigan Sports Truth, the show that reveals facts, truth, research, and statistics and never messes around. We lay down the entire truth about everything regarding your Detroit and Michigan sports teams, no matter if it's good or bad. No junk, no entertainment, no homerism, no coddling, no pop culture, no opinions, no shilling, and no fluff. Head over to our website at MichiganSportsTruth.com, follow us on Twitter at Michigan_Truth, and like our Facebook page, The Michigan Sports Truth. The hosts of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast do not take any suggestions or criticism from any member of its audience on how it should be run. It is up to the host to decide what they want to cover. They also do not intend to be any amount of popular in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Additionally, the views of the audience, right or wrong, do not reflect the actual truth revealed on this program.
And this is the post-game edition of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast for Tuesday, May 29th, 2018. I'm Taylor Phillips, along with Louis Tenore, our national sports reporter. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Let's get right to the recap.
That one is long gone!
Angels rout the Tigers back 9-2. Yep, it was 9-2. Michael Fulmer got rocked again. 5 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings. Yikes. Artie Lewicki came in relief. Man. Michael Fulmer's not proving his trade value. He's getting blown out in 3 of his last 4 starts. That's not Michael Fulmer-like, folks. It's not. I'm sorry, but if the Tigers want to sell, Michael Fulmer had better pitch a lot better than that. Former Tigers second baseman Ian Kinsler, Luis Valbuena, and Martin Maldonado, 3 RBIs each. Kinsler a 3-run home run, Valbuena with 2 home runs, Maldonado with a 2-run home run. Jacoby Jones and Heimer Candelario with a solo home run each. That was it. The next game is Wednesday at 7:10. Mike Fiers, 4-3. 4.78 ERA, a 1.33 whip. Not good at all. Versus Shohei Ohtani, who is penciled in to start tomorrow night, 4-1 with a 3.35 ERA and a 1.07 whip. He was missing Sunday's projected start due to a workload management situation. Tigers are now, that being said, 24-30, back to third place in the American League Comedy Central Division, 4.5 games back of the Cleveland Indians, who are 28-25. Tigers are 5th worst in the American League, 9.5 games back of the wild card spots. For the Angels, 30-25, 3rd place in the AL West, 5 games back of the Houston Astros, who are 35-20. The Angels, 4 games and 1 spot back of the wild card spots are the Halos. Other news, former Tigers starting pitcher Justin Verlander thought his career was over in 2014, but now, according to the score.com, he wants to keep pitching until he's 45. This is from the score.com. As I'm trying to load it up here on the Michigan Sports Truth Facebook page. This is the post-game edition on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts via iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Michigan_Truth. Like our Facebook page, aforementioned, the Michigan Sports Truth. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. I am Taylor Phillips along with Louis Tenore. We got 54 people reaching for the Ohtani penciled in post. Only 12 reaching the Verlander article. But 54 Ohtani. This Verlander thing is that some people think is obsolete, but during a start on August 11, 2014 against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park, Verlander was removed from the game following a disastrous first inning, which included a first pitch clocked at an uncharacteristic 86 miles an hour. He lost control of his emotions following the terrible outing because he had never experienced this kind of pain in his throwing arm before. Verlander explained, quote, "There's that tunnel down there, and I sat down and lost it. I thought my career was over. I thought it was done. I thought the MRI was going to say I needed shoulder surgery. I was 99% sure I was going to need shoulder surgery. I couldn't throw a baseball," unquote. The start was the shortest of his major league career. This is from Brian McWilliam of the Score. But he didn't end up needing shoulder surgery. The pain was actually the result of poor rehabilitation from core muscle surgery performed on him earlier in the year, according to John Morosi. And that's what we recall. Hearing the news, doing the homework 4 years ago. Things have certainly directed themselves more into the favor of the 35-year-old since, and now he believes he can pitch for another decade. He replied when asked about a possible retirement date, quote, "In my head right now I'm thinking 45. I don't know if that's realistic. I'm going to go as long as I can until something changes," unquote. After another dominating start on Monday against the New York Yankees, which Louis Tenore will get to later on in his National Sports Report, Verlander's MLB best ERA sits at 1.11 alongside his 7-2 record, a 0.71 whip, and 98 strikeouts in 81 in a third innings of work.
I love it.
That's the entire article. That is amazing. That is so damn incredible. That's Justin Verlander right there. I'm happy for him. Justin Verlander is doing a lot better in Houston than in Detroit. When he declined, he's improved vastly since he got traded to the then contending Houston Astros, now the defending World Series champions. He finally won a World Series championship, and his fiancee Kate Upton must have been very damn proud of him. They're going to start a life together. I'm really happy for him and Kate. I really am. So, transitioning from baseball to basketball.
Left sideline, 3 and he answers.
Got some Pistons front office updates. Shane Battier has opted out of consideration for the Pistons front office revamp. Tayshaun Prince, a former going-to-work Piston, could be added to the Pistons front office as at least one member. And then in college basketball, forward Nick Ward withdraws from the NBA draft to stay with the Michigan State Spartans men's basketball team, led by still current head coach Tom Izzo. So that's all the truth and news I have for tonight. It is now time for this.
It's now time for the National Sports Report with Louis Tenore.
Take it away.
All right. we'll start off on the diamond tonight as the Yankees pull off a win against the Astros in 10 innings, 6-5. Chapman got the win, Peacock got the loss, and Torres came up with the base hit win in the bottom of the 10th inning. What a game! Moving on, the Braves have come all the way back to tie the game at 6 against the Mets. Now it's 6-6. Winkler is pitching, and Rosario is at bat. Bottom 8, bases are loaded for the Royals, but the Twins still lead the Royals 1-0 with 1 out. Reed is pitching, and Solar is at bat. Top 7, Rockies lead the Giants 6-3. Runners on first and third and 1 out. Dunn is pitching, and McCullen, is at bat. Going into the bottom of the fifth, the D-backs lead the Reds 4-1. Galley, Dyson, and Marti are due up. Top 4, Rays lead the Athletics 3-1. Gossa is pitching, and Robertson is at bat. Bottom 3, Mariners lead the Rangers 4-2. Dirks is pitching, and Gannett is at bat. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom 3, the Phillies lead the Dodgers now 3-0. Runner on first, nobody out. Arrieta is pitching, and Barnes is at bat. Boy, Arrieta has really done work for the Phillies. Padres lead the Marlins 3-1. In the bottom of the 4th, nobody on, no one out. Charlie is pitching, in. Reyes is at bat. Indians over the White Sox 7-1. Clevenger got the win. Gallardo got the loss. In the other Subway Series that we have here, the Nationals beat the Orioles 3-2. Helkerson got the win, Bundy got the loss, and Doolittle got the save. At the other Subway Series. The Cubs over the Pirates 8-6. Lester got the win, Santana got the loss, and Morrow got the save. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 8-3. Porcello got the win, Strada got the loss, and Kimbrell got the save. As we mentioned, Angels over the Tigers 9-2. Carpino got the win, and Fulmer got the loss. And the Cardinals over the Brewers 6-1. Waka got the win, and Davies got the loss. And speaking of the Mets, well, more trouble gets caught up with them, as the season goes on. They are becoming a train wreck right now. The Mets announced that starter Steven Matz left tonight's game because of discomfort in the middle finger of his left hand. X-rays on the injury were negative. No immediate word on how long Matz might be out beyond his start.
And no, he's not flipping anybody off. Nope, he's not.
Oh, boy. He went 3 scoreless innings tonight against the Braves, throwing 42 pitches. But the team is a train wreck. There's now, counting that now, there's 8 pitchers on the, well, there's 7 definitely on the DL. This might be number 8. All right, so let's go to the standings. Raise it for us. All right, standings for the American League East go like this. We start off. Red Sox are still in the lead. They're 38-17, have a 2-game lead over the Yankees at 34-17. The rest is no contest. The Rays are 26-26, 10 back, 10.5 back. Blue Jays 13 back at 25-30, and the Orioles, oh my God, 17-38 at 21 back. And we're not even at June yet, and they're already 21 games out. Over to the tragic comedy Central, the Indians are looking decent, 28-25, have a 4-game lead over the Twins at 22-27. Tigers 24-30, 4.5 back. Royals 18-36, 10.5 back, and The White Sox 16-36 at 11.5 back. In the West, Astros 35-21 with tonight's loss, a half game ahead of the Mariners 33-20. Angels are 30-25, 4.5 back. Athletics 6 back at 20-26, and the Rangers are 22-34, 13 back. Over to the National League. Sort of like it's a tie. The Braves and Nationals are each at 31-22. Philly not far behind at 29-22. Mets 4 back at 26-25. And the outcome of this game, and the Marlins bring up the rear at 20-33, 11 back. In the Central, the Brewers keep rolling, 35-21. It's 3.5 over the Cubs at 29-22, still respectable. Cardinals 29-23, 4 back. Pirates 28-26, 6 back. Oh boy. And the Reds 19-36, 15.5 back. In the West, Rockies 29-125. Excuse me. It's a game and a half ahead of the D-backs at 27-26. Dodgers 3.5 back at 25-28. Giants 4 back at 25-29, and the Padres 22-33 at 7.5 back. A little bit misleading, if you ask me. All right, so let's go to the schedule. And being it's Wednesday, there's bound to be some day games, and there are. And the schedule goes like this. Oops, I jumped ahead here. All right, there are some day games, and they lead off this way. Blue Jays face the Red Sox at 105. Got a pair of 110 games as the White Sox take on the Indians at 110, and the Cardinals take on the Brewers. 3:40, Reds take on the D-backs. 6:30, Rockets take on the Yankees one more time. 7:05 games, Nationals take on Orioles, and the Cubs take on the Pirates. 7:10, Angels take on the Tigers. 7:35, Mets take on the Braves. 8:15, Twins take on the Royals. 8:40, Giants take on the Rockies. And your late games are the Rays at the A's, 10:05. Rays and A's. And 3:10 games here, as it's the Rangers taking on the Mariners, the Phillies taking on the Angels, and the Fish, or as you call them, the Marlins, taking the Padres. All those at 10:10. All right, so now we'll go on to some of last night's games, which of course were thrilling. We're throwing in some way, and some are not. So we'll go to the NBA Game 7 final that happened last night, as the Warriors beat the Rockets 101-92 in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. Stephon Curry, 27 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. Missed a triple-double by that much. Harden, not too shabby either. 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. And take the series 4-3. So it's part 4 for the Cavaliers and the Warriors. Oh boy. Who'd have thought? Right. I happen to have the schedule here for the entire final series, and it runs down like this. It begins Thursday at 9 o'clock on ABC. Sunday, June 3rd, is Game 2. That's at 8 o'clock.
Thursday.
Sunday is Game 2. Wednesday, June 6th, is Game 3 at 9.
Thursday is Game 1, right?
Correct. Thursday's Game 1, Sunday's Game 2.
Damn.
Yes. Wednesday, June 6th at 9 o'clock. That's Game 3. Friday, June 8th, is Game 4. That's also 9 o'clock. Monday, June 11th at 9 o'clock will be Game 5, if necessary, of course. Game 6 will be Thursday at 9 o'clock on June 14th. And the final game, if necessary, will be June 17th at 8 p.m. That's also Father's Day. And all games will be on ABC.
Cavs Dubs 4 coming up. Man, this just doesn't change, does it?
It's an epidemic.
I know.
Who'd have thought, right? Right. And, of course, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals began last night. And much to my chagrin, the Golden Knights pulled out the victory against the Washington Capitals 6-4. Game that not really a lot of people expected because it was kind of a high scoring. But given the fact that they've had some time off in between games, I think the goaltending might have been a little rusty as well. Hopefully that might not be the case.
Not only goaltending, but the defense. Yeah,
what defense? 10 goals in a game. That's defense.
Right.
Yeah, the defense rests. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Okay, before I get any worse, we'll go on to the news here. Oh, we got some WNBA action actually. As Atlanta beat Minnesota 76-74, and New York Liberty beat Dallas 94-89. And tomorrow's schedule, just one game, Washington versus Phoenix at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Before I do anything else, by the way, Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup Final is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. One more note before we go to the news. We have also MLS Soccer. We have almost MLS Soccer scores to. Actually, tomorrow's scheduled for MLS Soccer, and Wednesday is usually becoming a bigger night in the league. For some strange reason, it's always that midweek feel to it, and it goes like this: New England takes on Atlanta at 7:30. Also 7:30, Philadelphia takes on Chicago. Salt Lake takes on Houston at 9:30, and the Galaxy of LA takes on Dallas at 10:30. All right, just thought I'd pass that along. That's of course of special interest. All right, now on to the news items of the day, and it goes like this. All right, and I have the full article here. Concerning Jets, players say that CEO Christopher Johnson, who will pay the anthem fines this season, gets it. After making national headlines last week at the NFL owners meeting by saying that Johnson will not discipline players who violates the league's new national anthem policy, Jets CEO Christopher Johnson returned home and addressed his entire team the following day, retaining his support of the players on the polarizing issue. Johnson positioned reason with team leaders who said today that they appreciate the backing. We have been actively in conversations with Christopher on how we can go about and other ways to make change. Wide receiver Jermaine Kearse said after the team's fourth OTA practice, I am very appreciative of him, and I think he kind of gets it. The fact is, he's taken ownership to support us and become actively involved. When Kearse and left tackle Kelvin Beecham expressed frustration with the new policy, they lauded Johnson for maintaining interest in the players' causes. For example, social injustice. During the team meeting conducted last Thursday, Johnson told the players where he stood, according to Beecham. Continuing on, Johnson may have felt clarification was needed. In fact, he voted for the policy which was passed unanimously. Yet, he released a statement immediately afterward saying that there will be no repercussion for players who opt to kneel during the anthem. Under the new policy, a team will be fined by the league if a player does not show proper respect. Johnson indicated he have no problem with paying the fine. The team also has the right to discipline individual players. Players didn't seem to mind that Johnson voted for the policy. At the end of the day, all we believe is what he tells us, said Beecham, a member of the NFL's 10-player advocacy group known as the Players Coalition. The coalition. Quarterback Josh McCown, also a member of the coalition, wasn't made available for the Jets to comment. Johnson struggled with his decision to vote for the policy, but he warned as the discussion evolved among owners. A source said it finally got to the point where he felt comfortable that it included enough flexibility for individual teams to act as they see fit, according to a source. Players credited Johnson with galvanizing the team last season when the anthem issue exploded into major controversy. Under his direction, the Jets had no protesters who kneeled. The players and coaches linked arms on the sideline, with Johnson standing among them for each game. Johnson is in an unusual position because his older brother, team owner Whoopi Johnson, is a Trump-appointed ambassador to the UK. Christopher assumed control of the team last summer. Oh boy. Coach Todd Bowles said he is grateful for Johnson's support. Let's talk about a sticky situation, though. Hurst said the NFL's new policy is disappointing to me, not personally. I think they're kind of missing the point for us. As a team, nobody on our team kneeled, yet that doesn't mean we don't support the causes of why people are kneeling. He added, I wish for other owners would be more like Chris and support the players and actively be involved and have those conversations with your players. Okay. I'll buy that. Okay, I have other interesting news here concerning Brett Brown, the Philadelphia 76ers coach, and Brown have reached an agreement on a new 3-year contract extension, a source told ESPN today. Brown had 1 year left on his current deal. Brown has coached the Sixers for the past 5 seasons, including that unbelievable disastrous season 2 years ago. Ugh. The organization stuck with him after the team won just 47 games in Brown's first 3 seasons, including what I just mentioned here, the embarrassing 10-72 campaign of 2015 and 2016. Oh boy. But Philadelphia was 52-30 in this season's campaign, making the playoffs for the first time since 2011-2012. The Sixers are the second team in league history to increase their win total by 42 games within 3 seasons, joining the Celtics in 2007 and 2008. That according to the Elias Sports Bureau research. Research don't lie. Sixers Special Advisor Jerry Angelo said earlier this month that he had planned to discuss a contract extension with Brown. I don't think it's the healthiest of situations for coaches to go into a season with 1 year remaining on their contracts. It impacts so many aspects of what you're doing. Those are his words. After Philly was eliminated by the Celtics in the second round of the playoffs, Brown said he didn't feel he was owed anything from the organization, but that he and his staff earned the opportunity to continue to build it. Moving on down the line, we've grown something. I think we've grown something that I think all of us, when you take a deep breath, look around, and collectively as an organization, I am just so proud of where we are. So I guess Brown can do something for us after all. Okay. All right. So we'll continue on down the line here. Seattle Seahawks sign wide receiver Brandon Marshall to a one-year deal. Sources from ESPN today. The deal has a max value of $2 million if Marshall reaches incentives. The Seahawks have not officially announced the signing, but Marshall posted several posts of himself wearing a Seahawks jersey to his Instagram account. And we have a word for that. We say premature. Can you say that? Sure you can. And more Mets bad news here, as another one of the Mets goes on the DL. Pitcher Noel Syndergaard suffered a strained index finger on his pitching hand, the Mets announced today. He was examined after experiencing soreness in his right index finger. The move to the disabled list will be retroactive to May 26th. This is the latest injury to hit the Mets squad this season, as there are as many as 7 players on the DLS, on the disabled list.
Including Noah Syndergaard. Man, oh yes. Man.
Cespedes, Todd Frazier, AJ Ramos, just to name a few. This is not a baseball team, folks. This is a train wreck.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, a mass unit. Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs lineman, Laurent Tandriff, is now Dr. Tandriff. How so? I'll tell you. He graduated from the McGill Med School this week, but he says right now he wants to just turn his attention to playing football. He said, I just want to focus on football and see how good I can be. I'm putting medicine on hold for now to maximize my full opportunity in the NFL. He was drafted by the Chiefs in the 6th round in 2014 and became a starter the next season. He'd been doing double duty as a football player during the season and a Mets student during the offseason. Talk about leading a double life. Wow. Just don't confuse your football plays with medical terms, though. Oof. All right. Cavaliers forward Kevin Love is still on the concussion protocol list, and his status for Game 1 remains, well, shaky. The finals, of course, are set for Thursday. Coach Tyronn Lue gave an update today before heading out to San Francisco. The first 2 games we played in Oakland with Golden State. Love missed Game 7 after banging heads with Jason Tatum in Game 5. Jeff Green started for Love in Game 7. He finished with 19 points and 8 rebounds in the win Sunday night. Love has averaged 13.9 points and 10 rebounds in the playoffs. Where did I get the .9 from anyway? Why didn't he come out 14, maybe even? Sheesh. Jason Tatum, they also went Channing Tatum. I know.
This is the post-game edition.
Okay, and my colleagues are just making some other notes here. All right. Here's what's been bugging me the whole time here today. Capitals winger Tom Wilson defended hit on Knights winger Jonathan Marchessault in the 3rd period of last night's Game 1. Wilson said it was a clean hit. Marchessault and his Vegas teammates disagree, and he hopes that the league will have discipline against him. Wilson, after further review, the score was tied at 4 when Wilson laid out Marchessault with open ice, and the Knights were ticked off. That came from the bench. The referees huddled, but decided not to issue a major penalty. Instead, Wilson was giving a 2-minute minor. Was given 2 minutes. Was given 2 minutes for an interference call. Knights winger David Perron also was given 2 minutes for offsetting penalties. Knights coach Gerald Gallant said the coaching staff was upset about it, and he said it was a big hit. And he said Wilson is an old school player, but also said He is known for taking those late hits.
Hopefully Marcus was okay.
Mm-hmm. I saw the play, and I did not think it was a dirty hit at all. Maybe I just see something differently, but I thought it was a clean hit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll find out later. The night's fourth, Ryan Reeves added, it was a late line side hit, and that's what Wilson always does. It sounds like fighting words. All right. Now here's a bit of a difference of opinion here. Could the outcome would have been different if Chris Paul was healthy last night? Rockets guard Eric Gordon said yes. The 9-time All-Star missed the last 2 games with a strained right hamstring in the final minute in their winning Game 5. The Rockets built up double-digit leads in both Games 6 and 7, but the Warriors were able to rally back in both games to overtake the Rockets, leading them to their 4th straight final. Gordon said that we could have won this series if we had just one more playmaker, saying that last night's loss failed us. If we had Chris, then we would be playing in the finals on Thursday, and not the Warriors. It was just that tough. Well, as I've often said, one player can make a difference. All right, and on that note, Vegas, of course, is setting odds again. The Vegas odd makers, does Westgate, have the Warriors set to win the finals by a wide margin. And it's the largest margin in 16 years. The Warriors open up as 12-point favorites in Game 1. That tied the largest point spread since 1991, according to ESPN stats information. Lakers were 12-point favorites in 2021 finals, as Game 1 was won by the Sixers, no less. The Warriors never opened up anywhere close to this big as a favorite in the previous 3 finals meetings. Yeah. Well, we'll see who's right about that. I do think it's going to be the Warriors, but I'm saying it's going to be. I'm going to say 6. Call it a hunch. So let's just check, see if any of us better. Oh dear, Mets fans are going to hate this. Braves will come all the way back and take the win from the Mets, 7-6. Winkler got the win. Bautista got the loss. Top 10, Twins and Royals tied at 1. Hildenberger is pitching, and Jay is at bat.
Another Comedy Central division matchup.
Yes. Yeah. Rockies now open up a big lead with beating the Giants now 10-4. Shaw is pitching, and Crawford is at bat. D-backs now lead the Reds 5-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Hamilton, Westio, and Bernhardt are due up. Bottom 5, Rays lead the Athletics 3-1. Runner on first and nobody out. Sneal is pitching, and Maxwell is at bat. Top 5, bottom 5, Mariners lead the Rangers 4-2. Dirks is pitching, and Hangard is at bat. Bottom 4, Phillies lead the Dodgers 3-0. Runners on first and second and 2 out. Arrieta is still pitching, and Puig is at bat. Okay. Top 6, the Padres lead the Marlins 3-2 with a runner on third and nobody out. Ross is pitching, and 4 is at bat. Yeah, what 4 it is. And that takes care of all the scores for now, and that takes care of my notes, so I'll hand it back over to you.
All right, before we sign off, we want to remind everyone to share this episode and our entire podcast on social media and have their friends share that as well, because we want to tell them that the Michigan Sports Truth podcast is searching for a wider audience that is fans of sports, especially our teams in the state of Michigan. So please spread the word about the Michigan Sports Truth podcast on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts via iTunes. Its Facebook page, The Michigan Sports Truth, and its Twitter handle at Michigan_Truth. For Louis Tenore, I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Ed Smith and I will be on tomorrow night at midnight for the midweek edition, episode 7. Thanks very much for listening and downloading and sharing TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
The hosts of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast do not take any suggestions or criticism from any member of its audience on how it should be run. It is up to the host to decide what they want to cover. They also do not intend to be any amount of popular in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Additionally, the views of the audience, right or wrong, do not reflect the actual truth revealed on this program.
Transmission complete.